Yeah, it's Colleen Gardner, I'm 61. I was diagnosed many, many years ago. Sensi was still in training when I first met Sensi. She was one of the fellows at Moorfields Eye Hospital. And at that point, I had something called ocular hypertension, where the pressure would go up, come down, go up, come down, and it was just controlled by eye drops. Then it started elevating, and they were saying that I needed laser to keep the flow going, to keep the pressure down. I was so nervous that it was Sensi, and she was a fellow at that time. She did it, and she kept me calm, and she took me all the way through it, and she let my friend come in and hold my hand, and they got the pressure under control again. And all the time your pressure's under control, you feel calm. When your pressure rises, you're terrified you're going to go blind. It's my biggest fear. I have other medical problems, but nothing comes before my eyes. Sometimes I'm offered medications and I'll say, I can't have that, I have glaucoma. You'd rather suffer a pain of something else than put the risk of putting your pressure up. They asked me to have surgery at Moorfields Eye Hospital, and then they started mentioning surgery. And it would be cataract surgery, and they'd put stents in, and I was so dead against it because of nerves. No other reason. I was happy to keep putting drops in my eyes rather than go through surgery. And the more I felt they were pressuring me, so I then contacted Sensi and said, oh, they want to operate. So my GP referred me over to Sensi at St Thomas's, and she examined me and said, you do need surgery. And because of my confidence in her, and I've known her for so long, and I know that if she says you need that surgery, you need it, I agreed, and she booked me in. Had the first one done, I was absolutely terrified. But all the way through the surgery, Sensi kept talking to me, she was telling me what was happening, and even at a point when I heard her say, we've got an angle closure, I knew what that meant, but she was saying I'm massaging it, and that means they open it back up, because if you have an angle closure, you go blind. Came out of the surgery, had a couple of checkups, and then we went into lockdown. In the meantime, I was taking steroids post-op that you have to use as eye drops, but these steroids accelerated the pressure in the left eye. We were in total lockdown. My pressure was off the scale that they couldn't even read it properly. The headaches were horrendous. I went to the hospital as an emergency and saw Sensi, and she said, we need to do the next operation now. But they couldn't get a theatre because we was in lockdown. And if I hadn't got a theatre, I would have gone blind. So my local hospital, which was East Surrey Hospital, they agreed to do it within 2 days. And then Sensi contacted me to say, we've got a theatre. So I went the next day back to St Thomas's and had that one done. That was terrifying. When I walked through the corridor, I was told that we had to go through I think they called it the hot zone, I can't remember what they called it, where it was major with COVID, to get to the theatre. All the surgeons, all the hospital staff were head to toe in full PPE, gowns, gloves, hats, hoods, masks, face shields. I was shaking, and when I actually got in the theatre, I didn't know which one was Sensi because everyone looked the same. And all of a sudden this little hand went up, she said, Colleen, I'm here. And I just felt relief. For me, I'm so grateful I've got my vision. I've got the vision I've got because I can read the board behind you without glasses on. If I want something crisp, I need to, like the driving, if I want to see a bit further, I wear glasses. The computer at work, I do have to wear glasses, but I'm just so fortunate that it could have gone wrong. I have a friend that has glaucoma who has lost her sight. So I look at it, I'm fortunate to have met Sensi, to be under her care, to have had what I've had done and still have the vision. It's pretty good vision that I've got.